Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about procrastination and about one technique in particular that has been particularly helpful for me in reducing my procrastination levels. Now, it's quite possible that you are actually procrastinating right at this very moment by watching this video. If so, what I'd like you to do is pause the video, minimize your browser window, and then do your work for 25 minutes. That's all, just 25 minutes. And then you can take a break and come back here and watch the rest of this video. Okay? Pause now. Alright, welcome back my fellow procrastinators. So, without further introduction, what I want to talk to you about today is called the Pomodoro technique. Now, the Pomodoro technique is a very fancy name for something that's actually extremely simple. What it's about is concentrating intently on your work for short, fixed periods of time, and then having breaks which are also short, fixed periods of time to reward yourself for having done that brilliant work that you just did. So, to practice the Pomodoro technique, all you do is you set a timer for 25 minutes, start the timer, do your work, and then when the timer buzzes or beeps or whatever to say it's finished, then you have a break for 5 minutes and you set a timer to remind yourself when that finishes, and then you go back and do work for 25 minutes, then you have another break for 5 minutes, then you work for 25 minutes, and you have a break for 5 minutes, etc., until your day is complete or your work is finished, but the work will never be finished. Now, I think I mentioned before about concentrating intently, and that's actually the most important part about this whole deal, is that when you're in those 25-minute periods of work, you actually have to be working, and that means not checking your email or having a quick look at Twitter or Googling that extremely important question that's just popped into your head. Now, the reason why this technique works really well, I think, is that what you do is you take all those things that would have distracted you from your work, like, the checking of the email, and you save them all up for the breaks. So when the idea pops into your head that maybe, wouldn't it be I should check my Twitter, or I should go on Tumblr just for a couple of minutes, you can resist the temptation to do that because you know that there's always going to be a break less than 25 minutes in the future. So there's always going to be one coming up soon. So that really lets you kind of resist the temptation and plow on through on the work, even when it's really difficult and it's making your head hurt and your brain can think of 100 other things that it would rather be doing right now than this awful work, why does this have to happen to me, God? And because the break is something that you've planned for and allowed yourself, then you can actually enjoy whatever it is that you wanted to do, rather than it making you feel really bad about procrastinating and being a terrible person who will never achieve anything with their life. Not you. No. Okay, you, but not you. Another aspect of the Pomodoro technique is recording and measuring how many of these 25-minute blocks of work you do in a day or a week, say. Personally, what I try and do is to do a fixed number of them every day, Monday to Friday. And so then when I've done that fixed number, then I know that I can quit and that's the end of the day. And that way I also know that if I do slack off a little bit by taking longer than 5 minutes in a break or having a really long lunch or something like that, then I know that I'm just pushing back the time when I get to quit for the day. So it's really just hurting myself. And that kind of keeps me honest, I guess. Now, I haven't explained what the name Pomodoro technique is about. The technique was created by a guy named Francisco Cirillo, and I apologize profusely if I'm saying that wrong. And the name Pomodoro is because he initially used a kitchen timer that was shaped like a tomato to measure out the 25-minute intervals. And so you can buy these timers from his company if you want, or there are tons of software timers that work really well if you work on a computer all day, like most of us do. On Windows, I like one called Focus Booster, and on Mac, the best one I found is just called Pomodoro, and there will be links in the description. Anyway, I really recommend trying out this technique if you have trouble with procrastination, and let's face it, almost all of us do in these days of infinite free access to unlimited entertainment, socializing, information, and education. It's frankly quite impressive that any of us get anything done ever, so I'd pat yourselves on the back for that. Thank you very much for watching. Would you be interested in more anti-procrastination videos? I have a few more things to talk about. I didn't want to make this video too long, so I thought I would just focus on the Pomodoro technique today? If so, leave encouraging comments down in below in the comments section would be a good place for them. And if not, then please tell me what a worthless waste of human life I am, because that never ever gets old. Okay, bye. You can be a industrious, work-harding person who works hard and will definitely achieve everything they've set out for.